Kevin, do you feel good about your pass rush options going into the year? Is that an area in camp where you feel like you're going to look for more help?
Yeah, if you go back and evaluate where we were last year, the transition from a 4-3 to 3-4 it was a little bit more difficult than maybe I expected. And it came from a personnel standpoint. It came from where guys fit in the different angles of attacking people and the blitzes. And so I feel pretty good right now. We've got to get some other guys to go along with that. And as I said, I think the addition in the secondary of Kent Brooks, who really started one game for us in Tech and had double-digit tackles and an interception during the game as a true freshman, 200-pound safety. Colton Valencia, the transfer from A&M, played 12 games as a true freshman at A&M, coming in here from Hightower and going through the spring. Really helps our safety position with two physical guys back there and two corners. Give us a little bit more than pass defense. You improve your secondary, you can improve your run defense a little bit just because of being able to load the box a little bit more and have some better guys in the back end that can cover.
This last season with what happened with the injuries of the quarterback, does that change what you would tell your quarterbacks about chasing after turnovers? Or
we told them last year, I don't know. I'm not much for practicing throwing interceptions and walking off the field. I don't know what the hell else to tell you. I'm a positive guy. I don't like to put negative stuff in people's minds, but there's a lot to the Brett Favre theory. It helped him probably extended his career another 8 to 10 years by just throwing it and walking off. I remember when people used to make fun of that. Talk about, how bad that was, but it helped. And I know, again, it's not something right before you go out on the field. I'm not going to say, hey, if you throw an interception, don't chase the guy. Okay? We talked about that, but in the heat of the battle, when that happens, it's a natural reaction. You try to correct a mistake. And if you watch the video, they'll tell you he went running over there, he got there and thought about it. And when he thought about it, he pulled up, and that's when it happened. He never touched it. It was one of those freak deals. But,
It's got to be a sense of urgency, I would imagine, because you got guys that have been here for so long. You got 18 guys that want that first crack at winning a conference championship. Do you sense with this group, or will you know until you get there on the practice field, that they have the same urgency that you do?
Well, I think that we've always had that since we've been here. I don't think it's any different for any senior class because they're the easiest guys to motivate because most of them will never play football again. And so they know time is precious. I think the difference in coaching, it's the other guys that have to be motivated. The guys that think that they're going to play forever, that they're, maybe next year, they look up and they're a senior and they're like, uh-oh. Then those guys are focused. It's not those guys I worry about. The 18 seniors, the 260 seniors, I'm not worried about those guys. The guys that have to be motivated and understand where we are and their importance to the program and their preparation and how we're going to count on them are going to be those freshmen, sophomores that play critical roles in that junior class that says, well, if it doesn't happen, I got next year. Well, guess what? Everybody's got to be in it with the same sense of urgency, and those are the guys that got to get motivated.
Truth be told, September 3rd, you want it 110 degrees at 2:30 p.m., don't you?
Oh, no, you know that. I'm a humanitarian. You know that. It's for our fans, I know that it's frustrating.
Drink water, folks.
Yeah, and but it wouldn't. I put it this way, it wouldn't hurt us. We're going out here today. I looked at the weather report, and right now I could be a weatherman based on what I saw. It was 3 digits all the way across for the next 6 days, and sun with a little bitty cloud, and I think it was 15% chance of rain. So, I said if this doesn't work out, I could do the weather here in the summer.
September 3rd, Robertson Stadium, 2:30 p.m. This man will be leading them out. Sold out Robertson Stadium. Let's make sure get all those butts in the seats and be out there early. Do you feel the room for the most growth within the program, is it still internal within the U of H community, or do you feel there's still externally, whether it's corporate or just in general, Houston fans that would want to support football? Where do you feel there is still the most room for growth?
I think, number one, that's a great question because we talk about it, as a staff. And I still think internally there's still some people, when you talk about internally, our alumni base, that we can still reach out to and get involved. But then I think this year, in last year, that was certainly a main focus. This year, we've focused on that, but we began to try to reach beyond that and try to get into corporations. We developed the Corporate Champions program. We've had some corporations now step up and buy multiple blocks of tickets, for example. So, and I think that will continue to do that. There's no greater marketing than winning. And as our program wins and continues to win, I think you're going to start to see that base even grow larger.
Every single game will be on television in some form or fashion this year. Do you consider that, is that a step for this program from a perception standpoint, locally, nationally, whatever the case may be? Do you feel that like that's a milestone at all?
I think it's a milestone. I think they for the most part, they put you on TV because you're competitive and because you play an exciting brand of football. So I think it is a milestone. I think there's good news and bad news to that. I think that if you're going to be on TV, you better play well and you better win games.
Final question for you. If I had a $50 million check for you right now, could I get my name anywhere on the stadium?
We would put it right on the top of the stadium.
All right.
Big, bold letters.
That's good to know. It's Mack Rhoades, Athletic Director. He will see you September 3rd at Robertson Stadium as the Cougars open their 2011 campaign against the UCLA Bruins.